2 to 90. We kind of already talked about those. Here, all of these should add up to 180 instead of 360. This is the first one that I wanted to talk about. I'm not sure if it was just algebra weirdness or what, but we're going to add these three things up. 12x minus 4 plus 14x plus 4 plus 50 equals 180, right? Because all three angles in a triangle add up to 180. So if I collect my like terms, 12x and 14x make 26x. Minus 4 and plus 4 cancel out. They make 0. And then plus 50 equals 180. So 20, ooh, that's a 26x equals, if I subtract 50, 130. And then x equals, what's 130 divided by 26? Is that 5? Okay. Maybe some weird stuff going on there just with the, see what our chat says. Oh, my chat's not going to come up. This one too is a solving issue. We know we're going to add up these three things, but sometimes combining like terms with this set of numbers causes people problems. So 2x plus 3x minus 10 plus 110 minus x equals 180. I'm going to combine all my x's, okay? So 2x and 3x and minus x. So that's 2x plus 3x is 5x, minus an x is 4x. And then I combine up all of my whole numbers. So negative 10 and 110 make 100 equals 180. So we got to combine all those like terms and make sure you grab that subtract sign when you grab the x, right? And you grab that minus sign for the 10 when you add it to the positive 110. So then I subtract, and I get 4x equals 80, right? And x equals 20. Okay, that's our triangle sum. What we really wanted to get to today is this, and our time is short, I know. Angle 1 is the sum of angles 2 and 3. So the outside equals the two insides. Not the one next to it here, not this angle, but the other two angles of the triangle, okay? So 148 equals 2x minus 15 plus x minus 5. Combine those like terms, that's 3x. So 148 equals 3x, and minus 15 and minus 5 is minus 20. You've got to add 20 to both sides here. So that's a common mistake. We get going and then we just don't add correctly. 168 equals 3x. So x equals, is that 56? Okay. But basically our rule is down here. This outside angle adds up to from those two inside angles. Outside equals inside plus inside. So what was wrong here? If the outside equals the inside plus the inside, what needs to change in my equation?
The 180 needs to replace it with the angle 1.
The 180 needs to be angle 1, and that needs to move from over here, right? So angle 1 equals 130. A lot of people wrote angle 1 is obtuse, it can't be 50. I love that too, right? So there are a lot of different just logical things that you look at to go, no, that's not right, okay? I know I've rushed through this triangle sum thing. How would I set up this equation? How would I start writing it?
X plus 3 equals 11x minus 2 plus 9x plus 1.
Okay, and then it just becomes an algebra problem. Okay. What about this one? We kind of talked about this really, really briefly on the warm-up, or on the first thing we did. Because I know angle A and angle C are congruent, what two sides are congruent? Because angle A equals angle C, then side AB equals side BC. Okay? If I go straight through the center of that triangle, the sides that are opposite the congruent angles are also congruent. We haven't legitimately learned that. We just talked about it real briefly in one problem. Okay? Questions on that one? So similarly, if I know from the last problem that if I have two congruent angles and I go straight across, right, those sides are the same, what is this angle at the top? Is that also 7x plus 2? So what equation could I write? Angle 1 equals 2 plus 3. Angle 1 on the outside equals 2 plus 3. So what's my equation going to be?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be 90 instead of 7x plus 2? Because I wrote 90 and I wonder why it's wrong.
That's a really good question. Are those loops or are they right angle marks?
Loops.
They're loops. So that means these angles here are not necessarily 90 degrees. And I can't have two 90-degree angles in a triangle anyway, because if I have two 90-degree angles, then they already equal 180 and there's no room for a third angle.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So now I've got 7x plus 2 twice. So I can either add it, 7x plus 2, or I can write 7x minus 23 equals 2 times 7x plus 2. That's just another way to write it. Or for those of you who are really quick with the mental math, you can go straight to 17x minus 23 equals 14x plus 4. But basically, I've got to add the two inside angles, and they're congruent because that's what those congruent loops mean. So I've got 7x plus 2 plus 7x plus 2 equals that outside angle. Okay? The other troubling questions that I saw on the homework were questions like this. Okay? And we just talked about kind of this angle mark right here. Now we do have a right angle mark. So what do I know about that pink angle? Oh, we ran out of time. Guys, there is homework. It's a Desmos activity. It's 11 questions. Make sure you get that done, okay? Desmos activity. Yeah.
This thing is, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Complete D1 and D3 and D4. Review slope, perpendicular back, taking notes on what's happening in each step. So the only reason I put all of this in here is you want to go to just the ones that are highlighted. Like you need to know congruent line segment and you need to know perpendicular bisector. So there's nothing to do except watch those videos and then take notes on them and make sure the IXLs are done.